Hi there, this is Lyra Kane, running Back Alley Works. Not a lot of activity in this alley today. I wanted my first video to be somewhat quiet so that I can introduce myself and what the channel is about. It's about being homeless, and it's about people's stories as to why they're homeless and why it's this way and why it continues to stay this way and why it gets worse and worse and worse all the time. And I know people on the outside of it don't understand that it isn't a matter of getting into a shelter and making a couple phone calls. That's all a lie. It's all bullshit. So this is going to be people's personal stories, why they're here, how they ended up here. My personal story will eventually come out in a book because that's how complicated and crazy it actually is. And there'll be a lot of people that don't believe the story. A lot of people will think and say that I've made it all up. And to all those people in the future that will be saying that, let me tell you, I really, really wish I had made it all up. I really, really wish it was all my imagination. But anyway, eventually I'll be able to make it to other parts of the city. No money for transit at the current moment, but eventually. So, what I also wanted to start all of it off with is very warm right there, must be dryers. There's all of the craziness around the homelessness, not just where I am at the current moment, but all across the U.S., 3 different states that I experienced, and the dehumanization of everyone involved, unfortunately, is pretty severe, especially in the U.S. I mean, when I crossed over to where I was able to finally get myself somewhat righted, it still took a year, and the number of hoops and everything that they make you jump through to achieve any kind of real small goal as far as not being homeless is ridiculous. And I just want to say $500 a month is not enough to do anything except keep you locked in whatever addictions and whatnot that you have, right? It certainly doesn't motivate you to have to get out there and jump through more hoops to get anything that you might need. So I just want to mention that. And a lot of people on the outside of the circle don't realize that it's more than just a couple of phone calls. It's more than just being in a shelter. You don't just not become homeless anymore once you're in a shelter, and getting into a shelter is not easy, right? There are lines, there are sometimes waiting lists, there are most of the shelters, I should say, are overnight. You don't get more than that unless you show up again like cattle the next day and wait in line at a certain time and meet all their regulations and everything else. It basically boils down to a dehumanization of the mass populace is what they're doing. And I don't know if they're going to shut my channel down right away. I don't know if they're going to let some of it fly, but I'm going to go ahead and try, and I'm hoping that it gets out there far and wide, and I thank everybody who's willing to watch and listen and maybe even learn something, because I can't tell you the number of people who thought all I needed to do was make a phone call, get into a shelter, and then all would be well. That's not how it works out. And even once I did get into a shelter, it still took over 6 months to make anything happen, and that's outrageous to me. It seems a bit ridiculous when obviously you're dealing with some type of depression, or it's not fun to be on the streets. And if you're living where it comes to be minus 30 and that in the wintertime, it's pretty bad. So thank you for watching today. Thank you for watching in the future. And this is Back Alley Works. And I will see you again soon. Thanks.